Welcome to Salt City Knits. I'm Emily, and this is a podcast all about my making life. Today I have almost entirely knitting to show you. There may be a little bit of crochet if we have some time as well, but I have some works in progress. I have some beautiful things, a little walk down memory lane of some of my favorite projects, and some really fun shop news at the end. So you can find me as, who am I? Salt City Knits and Yarnbrary on Instagram. You can find my patterns on Ravelry under Salt City Knits, and my patterns and my yarns at yarnbrary.com and on Etsy. So that's where you can find me. And let's just dive right in. It's a little bit gloomy today, a little overcast, but still hot. So the air conditioner is still running. So I hope that noise isn't too annoying in the background. It's probably not a big deal unless you are like in your headphones, and I hope it's not bothering you. Hopefully the lighting will cooperate enough to be able to show you some fun things. So it's been only a week since I recorded last. Yay me, I'm so proud of me. I am excited to be back, and yeah, I think I'm just at that time of the year, the season of the year where I have the time and I'm able to record more, which, you know, is great. So we haven't really had a ton going on this last week. We did start back to our Commonwealth school. We homeschool, and my youngest is a junior this year, high school age. She's 16, turning 17 this school year. And this will be our last year in our Commonwealth school. Our Commonwealth is kind of like halfway between a private school and a co-op. It's a once a week thing that we do. And it's a group of families that formed together to create this school. And it's wonderful. We've been doing it, I think this year is our 13th year. No, that can't be right. No, this year's our 15? I don't know. It's somewhere in there. 13, 14, 15, somewhere in there. We've been doing it for a long time, but it's weird. This is our last school year. And so, yeah, crazy. We started that last week. And so, you know, we've got all the back to school vibes going on. And it's so strange now having my last one finishing up. She'll graduate at the end of this year. So she'll graduate a year early and start some college classes during what would have been her senior year next year. So yeah, she's got all the assignments and feeling the stress. I don't know if you can hear the thunder, but it makes me so happy. I'm like, bring it on, bring it on, bring it on. What else has been going on? I don't know, not a lot. Richard and I have been, we've been stuck in this hurry up and panic kind of mode for the last, for all of August. It was just always like work. And then if we had a minute to sit down and rest, it was just veg. And so we would play on our phones and just, stupid stuff like that. And then the other day we're like, this is dumb. We're in this habit, but we don't need to be anymore. Let's do something together. And we found a TV show to watch together, which was nice. We had really enjoyed watching The World's Toughest Race, which was 2019. It's the Eco Challenge expedition race, and it took place in Fiji. And it was I found it on Prime Video or something, and we had watched that. So that was a while ago that we had finished that. And so Richard started looking up older versions of that because it was aired on TV like in the early 2000s. That's so funny to say. I still feel like that's just the other day. But we've been watching some of those old episodes, and it's super fun because we get to see some of the people that have been doing it forever who were in those races. So we've enjoyed that. But yeah, it's been really chill. Really relaxed. This week, my girls and maybe Isaac, I don't know if he's working or not, but if he's available, he might want to go with us. But we're going to go to the Springville Art Museum's annual quilt show. That's something that I love to do every September. After we finish with all of our heroic youth stuff for the year, that's like one of my big rewards to myself, is to get to go and look at all the gorgeous, absolutely stunning, amazing works of art. And I love that it's displayed in an art museum, because quilts really are just a work of art. And so we're going to go do that on Wednesday. My sister Deborah and hopefully her girls are going to come as well. It'll just be fun. So yeah, that's all that's really been going on recently, and work and just good stuff. So let's dive in to works in progress. Okay, I don't remember if I showed this. I honestly can't remember where I was in the whole Christmas socks extravaganza. I don't think I had cast these on last time. I don't think I had. This is that other ball of Christmas wool, Christmas sock wool that I did show, but here it is being knit up. And I don't love how it's being, I don't love this pattern. It's just not cute. It's messy, but it is what it is. The son that I'm making these for, he doesn't really love to wear hand knit socks. He's my most, of all of my children, he's my most particular about how things fit and feel and look on him. And so he's also my son who knits. He's very, very talented. In fact, you can find him on Instagram as Hobbi Craft Hub. And he does all kinds of things: stained glass, carving, weaving, knitting, you name it, he does it. So the goal with these socks is for him to have a pair of socks he can wear on Christmas Eve with the rest of the family, knowing he's not going to wear them all the time. That being said, I may end up switching this one out with the other ones and giving these to my husband and the other ones to Ethan, just because I know this design of this yarn. I mean, look at this, these partial, like up here, for example, little white just blips and then partial rows. I just don't love it. Of all of the 3 skeins that I got together at the same time, the set of 3 Christmas sock wool, this is my least favorite. So anyway, but that being said, I have finished the leg, I have finished the heel flap, I have finished the gusset decreases, and I'm working on the foot of the sock right now. This green up here is Mayflower First Class, and I talked more in depth about this yarn in my last episode, but this is sock pair number 5. 1, 2, 3, yes, sock pair number 5 out of 10. So those are, I'm on track. Moving along with that one. I have to show you this cute bag. My friend made me this bag. And she made it out of tea towels from the Target bargain bins. This is several years ago. Both this outer fabric and this really cute inner polka dot fabric. They're tea towels, kitchen towels. How adorable is that? Such a smart idea. It's a nice, like, thicker fabric. And she has her cute little labels, but isn't that just such a fun idea? And I figured I needed a Christmas bag for my Christmas socks. So she also put this little loop on it and made some charms, including the ugly Christmas sweater charm. It's just so fun. So exciting. So that's one of my works in progress. Okay, so the next work in progress is yet another pair of Christmas socks. And these are the ones I was talking about that I may switch. So these are the ones that I've been working on for Richard. Aren't those cute? The reason I picked this yarn for Richard is because it's so soft. And he loves cozy, soft, comfy, like those are his words. This yarn is called Yule, and it is by Studio Cat Knit. Beautiful self-striping, and it's a 75-25 blend, 415 yards to 100 grams. And it looks like she's from Washington State. So, and then the contrast yarn I'm using is my Christie Authors colorway on my contemporary sock. But I just think that's super fun. So the look of this is more Ethan. The feel of it is more Richard. It's just so soft. It's just got this lovely squish quality to it. And I think it just is striping beautifully. Very nice. I'll be knitting a very similar size. I really have to decide before I put toes in, because for Ethan and for Richard, I plan on knitting, they're the same, they're 68 stitches on a 2.25 millimeter needle. And I plan on knitting the legs the same length. So it's just about the length of the foot, because Ethan's feet are just a little bit bigger than Richard's. And so I'll have to make a decision by the time I'm ready to put toes in, which one, if I'm gonna switch them or not. I think I'm gonna keep them as they are, even as I say that, because honestly, Ethan's really probably not gonna care. Yes, he's more particular, but even if I give him the perfectly linear, everything lined up sock, he's still not gonna wear it that much. And Richard will wear these through the winter. Mostly just on Sundays, but he likes to wear his hand knit socks to church. So that's where I am, but that's as far as I've gotten. I'm getting close to being ready to do the heel. I've been trying to decide if I want to pull in some brown or green for the heel, or if I just want to keep all the contrast in the red. So that's kind of why this is sitting too. I haven't made a decision about that. So you should let me know what you think. I've got my Tolkien colorway, which is kind of a foresty. It's like this kind of a green, it's similar. And then I've got L'Amour, which is a more golden brown than this, but I think it would still look nice with it. Or I could just keep it in the red. I love the red too. I've also got white. I could do white heels and no, never mind. Forget that. So red or green? Let's vote red or green. Which would you do for the heel? All right, I have one more work in progress to show you. So I mentioned last time that I am planning on doing handmade gifts for Christmas, entirely handmade gifts. And I'd originally planned on making a little sweater vest for my grandson, and then making the same. I found a pattern that I thought was beautiful. My daughter Abby helped me pick it out, and I just realized I'm not wearing any of my rings. I feel naked. I always wear rings. Anyway, and it was one that goes from like size 12 months all the way up to like an adult chest size of 58 inches. So I knew it could work for both Adam and for Isaac. Adam is my grandson. And so I had originally planned on that, and I thought, well, I'll make Adam's first, because that way I will, you know, get used to doing the pattern and whatever. And then I'll knit Isaac's. Well, I can tell you what, I am not knitting another one of these. Oh my goodness. So first off, I purchased the pattern, and it is called the Small Things Vest by I can't say her name. I don't know if you can see it here. I'll put it in the show notes, in the description box. Natalie Pelik, maybe. But I should have paid closer attention to the fact that it's available in many languages, which is wonderful, or at least 3. And there were like descriptions and stuff on Ravelry in English, but this is definitely translated into English. It was not originally written in English, which it says right on here, translation by Katerina Sokiran, I think, Sokiran. So that's one thing that I don't mind that. I mean, I think it's wonderful to have somebody who has designed a beautiful pattern. Here's the picture. Here, let me actually put a picture right here. You might be able to see it better than this printed picture, but it's a beautiful cabled vest. Again, available in sizes 12 months to like a men's, I don't know, 4X, 3X, 4X. And it uses fingering weight yarn, which I also really like. I just love the weight of that, especially in a cabled garment. And I knew for Isaac especially, he wouldn't want like a worsted cabled something. It would just be way too hot. He would just be way too hot. Well, I'm not making one of these for him because this has been super challenging already. And I'm pretty skilled. So anyway, it's translated, I think from Russian into English. So that's totally fine. The translation itself is correct. All the words are correct. It's just the order that things are placed. And I find that, that's just the case in language. You say things in a different order. In addition to that, it's got written instructions, but all the stitch patterns, you have to be able to read charts, which I do, but it's all Russian charts. So I'm trying to think, I can't really show you, but Russian charts use a completely different chart system. So I'm constantly having to rework. I mean, even though I know what the symbols mean, and it's not a huge difference. Like once I got it in my head, it was okay, but it took me a while. The main thing is there are 2 different files. So the file for the children's size is 59 pages long. I don't even know how long the file is for the adult size. There are so many charts, and very frequently within the same row, you need a chart from page 1. Well, you need to start with a chart from page 7, and then a chart from page 4, and then a chart from page 8, all in one row. And you're on different rows of those charts at the same time. So you might work like, I'm making this up, row 17 of chart 4, row 11 of chart 1, and then row 17 of chart 5. And you're working that in a row. It's just a lot, a lot of processing. On top of that, you get to a certain place and it says, continue on in pattern, but it hasn't actually established the pattern. So I'm just deciphering it. So that being said, I think it's still going to turn out darling, and I think I've still figured it out. This is how far I am on this little vest. So I'm getting closer to the point where I'm going to be joining the front to the back. Right now it looks like this. You start with the back, which is quite crumpled up because of the cabling, and knit it to a certain point, and then pick up the 2 different sides and knit those to a certain point, join them together. And now we're continuing on and getting ready to connect them to the back. So I'm only maybe 2 rows away from reaching the same point on the back, and it's really cute, and it's going to be adorable on my grandson. These colors look so good on him. This is Eliot from my author's line, inspired by George Eliot, the author of Middlemarch. And I think it's just beautiful, kind of a gold mustardy brown color. So it's going to be super cute, but you can bet I am not knitting an adult size 3X in this because it has been such a challenge. But isn't it cute? It really is adorable. The more I look at it, the more I like it. Here's the back. You have to see the back too. And the cable pattern is really beautiful. It took a little bit for me to be able to read it and start to see, oh yeah, I can look at it and see what comes next. But yeah, the front section, the problem I had is that because sorry, I don't know if I can show this. You're doing all of these increases along this line right here and then building in the stitch pattern in it. But like some of your chart is going this way, some of it's going this way, and some you're creating in the middle. Well, we got to a point where we'd created some in the middle and then it says continue to work in pattern, but I couldn't tell like, where am I in the pattern? What is supposed to be here? So at what stage am I in the pattern? Because it's not quite as established as like back here. Oh, here comes the rain. Oh, I love it. Back here, I can easily see cables, 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 cables. Anyway, I figured it out. I actually found it was easier to just stop relying so heavily on the pattern and just look at my knitting and go, what would I be trying to do if I was designing this? What shape would I want it to be? And then it made more sense to me. But reading just the pattern. I tell you all of this, not because there's really anything wrong with the pattern. It's a lot of information. It's not beginner friendly. That's all I want you to be aware of. If you love the look of this vest, just be aware of that. I think it's going to be absolutely adorable. I doubt I will ever knit an adult version of this, but the kids version, I could see myself, especially now that I've, gotten through the hardest parts of it, with all that shaping around the neckline and all the increasing to get it to the right size and so on. I could see myself making the children's version again because now I get it. So, I love rain. I love summer rains so much. Oh my gosh. Is that hail? No, that's not hail. It's just blowing stuff into my yard. Oh man, it's fun though. So this is the yarn. I just think it's beautiful color. It's right there. That looks pretty close to the color right there. It's very warm. My grandson's a redhead and he looks so good in those, he looks really good in blues and then in earthy tones. Really fun. Okay. Well, those are my works in progress. I think I'll save my crochet for next time and show you that then. So I wanted to show you some fun, beautiful things. So first off, have you seen the gorgeous stuff by Hello Lavender? Hello Lavender is the name of the company. She makes amazing stitch markers, progress keepers, and jewelry. She's a knitter. She might be a crocheter as well. And I got these gorgeous stitch markers. Let's see if I can get them to focus. Come on, turn around. I just think those are so pretty. They're just kind of these beautiful polymer clay, but they look like little, to me, they look like little stained glass windows. I just thought those were gorgeous. I ordered them some time ago, but they were a pre-order. And so I got those this last week. And I just think they're beautiful jewelry for my knitting. I absolutely love them. So that was a fun thing. The other fun thing is that I won a prize from summer sock camp. How cool is that? I am never, ever the winner of a giveaway. Ever, ever, ever. So I won a prize and I didn't really know what it was that I was going to get. I was just mentioned on Kayla. She's going by Kayla. Kayla's podcast and it just said that I'd won a prize. I was drawn from the Instagram hashtag, and so I contacted her and gave her my info. And this prize came from, let's see, Always Be Kind Yarn, Kindful Knits, and Needle Fox Arts. So it's a group. It was what's the word I'm looking for? A kit kind of that was contributed to by all three. So I think it's Lara of Always Be Kind Yarn, Arminda of Kindful Knits, and Taylor of Needle Fox Arts. I believe that's correct. So from Always Be Kind Yarn, I got this pattern that I'm going to show you. And this is a beautiful thing. It's a sock pattern called Rainbows for Kaylin. And the note says that the pattern was inspired by her late daughter, Kaylin. She battled with mental illness for many years and unfortunately lost her fight and died by suicide in March of 2020. This pattern is designed to remember her, and I love that. I think it's just so sweet. So I'm just looking to see. It looks like this is a cute, this gives me my code on the back so I can go and download the pattern. It's not the actual pattern itself, but it's a beautiful card about it. Also, I got this Always Be Kind yarn, and look how cute that is. It's so zingy and fun and bright. And there's sparkle in that yellow. So this one is called Always Be Kind multicolor. This one is a variegated, and then the contrast. Yeah, I think the color is Always Be Kind. So that goes along with it. I got, dropping things again. I got this fun little bag, which I can't quite decipher what the shape of it is. It's a fun like origami type bag. There we go. So that's what it looks like, but little open bag. And this is by Needle Fox Arts. Look at this cute little fox. What else came with it? Let's see. There was this. Oh, yes. And it just says, congrats on winning for summer sock camp. There's a little pad of sticky notes. And there's a cute sticker. I love that. It's like got that kind of holographic look to it. And then look how cute these are. These are needle stoppers. So you've got these that they look like little, I don't know, I think they almost look like bouncy balls, but they're needle stoppers. And then these that says, throw kindness around like confetti. It's just such a beautiful set. So many sweet little gifts, so thoughtful, very generous, and so fun and bright and cheerful. What a fun surprise. Because like I said, I don't know if I've ever won anything. For sure not yarn related. I used to have this weird streak of winning things on the radio, but that was like 30 some odd years ago. So anyway, just a delightful, delightful gift. And so between that and then those beautiful progress keepers from Hello Lavender, just got some fun mail today, or this last week. All right, let's have a little walk down memory lane. I have to show you this. So I have been asked to show this in the past, and I think it's been, I don't even remember if I've ever done this on this podcast, but somebody asked me about it recently again, and so I thought I'd get it out. And this little box is my box of my little cotton rabbits that I've made. And so I had to show you and do a little walk down memory lane. So, isn't she cute? This is the very first one I made. This is Ellie. And I think she's darling. She's got her cute little elephant, her little elephant tail hanging out there. She's so sweet. And she has another dress in here somewhere. I wonder if it's on somebody else. We'll see if we come to it as we go through. So Ellie, I've made a few of these that I've given away as well. And then we've got Bonnie, cute little lop ears. She's sweet. You can tell she just has a sweet, sweet face. One thing you'll note about a lot of my dresses is I never end up putting the little tiny button on them. They're just on there without the button. I should. Those are fun, cute little details, but isn't she just cute? She's got floppy ears. Like her little shoes. All right, then who do we have next? I think the next one I made was Kit. This is Kit the cat. She's fun. She's short and stocky. I don't know why. They should all be the same size body-wise. I use similar yarns in them. But look, well, I don't know. They are pretty similar. I think her face is just bigger. I don't know, but she's so cute. And look, no button. She's got her little cupcake dress. And her cute tail. I love her tail. It's tipped in white. Isn't she adorable? All right, now, she's probably one of the stars of the show. This is Farrah Fawcett. And I think she's just so fun. Her tail is adorable as well. And guess what? No button. Farrah Fawcett. I also made Berry. She's just a tiny one. She's the mini bear pattern. She's got extra fluffy fuzzies all over her. Let's see. Yeah, so her body is a little bit different. It's a simple body. And as usual, there's no button on her dress. It's a problem. Okay, now I cannot remember what we named this girl. I think we named her Polly. Penny? Abby's sitting over here. She says her name's Penny. That sounds right. Penny the Sailor Pig. And she's so fun. Her little collar rolls up. So I don't love that. But I like her little cuffed socks. And her cute little curly tail. Abby loves these. And she used to want, like, I mean, this is years ago that she started this, but at nighttime before we went to bed, she would want to look at pictures of all of the little animals that that Julie had designed. And there was one where somebody had just made a pig. This was before Julie had the pig pattern, and Abby kept saying, I just want the pig. I just want the pig. So when it came out, I was like, oh my goodness, we have to make her. I don't know anybody else who has made these. Do you have issues with their arms just being like boing? But yeah, that's fun. So that's Penny. Here's the other dress for Ellie. I think Ellie is the only one whose dresses actually have buttons on them. So that was one of the first ones. And then most recently, I made Baxter, whose pants are falling down. That's because my grandson was pulling him around. So this is Baxter. We didn't have any boys. We had all girls. So we needed a man about town. So the original pattern calls for a knitted little puffball, but I just made a fluffy tail for him. And he's a handsome fellow. And that's all our bunnies and animals. So Baxter, Penny, Farrah Fawcett, Kit the cat. Oh, I don't know if I can hold all these. Barry. Here, let's try this again. There we go. Barry, Bonnie, and Ellie. And then we have one little extra dress because Ellie came with two. Oh, no, there's another little extra dress. Here's one more. There's a couple little extras. Aren't they so fun? I love them. I think they're so adorable. So they're really fun. I keep these in this box here in my living room. And sometimes if you're just having a bad day, it doesn't matter if you're almost 50, you can pull these little animals out and they can bring you a lot of happiness. Same if you're 16? Yes, agreed. So that's my little box. My grandson has discovered them and he'll sometimes kind of play with them, but he's still really little. And he wants things that make noise and do something when he plays with it. So, you know. Anyway, that's super fun. Little walk down memory lane. I haven't made any of those for a couple years now. I think it's been probably 2 years since I've made any little animals. So I might need to make another one. Abby says I should make a sheep. So maybe we will. I think that is all of my projects and everything that I was going to show you. So let's talk about a little shop news. So I am working on dyeing up all the Avonlea kits. We're working on dyeing up the Hogwarts color for September. There are still Gilbert sets for Avonlea, maybe like 2 of those. There's a couple, I think, left of Gilbert sets. The Anne sets are all sold out. There are still sets for Hogwarts for September though, which the inspiration is Witch Weekly, and I'm so excited about it. It's going to be a really fun one. And then I'm also working on a new collection that will be coming out in October. So that's coming up. So in order to kind of clear out some things, I have put together some mystery grab bags. So this is a super fun way to get a bargain deal on gorgeous hand-dyed yarn, because each of these grab bags has at least 3 skeins of yarn. It may also have mini skeins in there. It might just be 3 skeins. It might have minis as well. And they're on different bases, but very standard kind of bases. And they're in all different colors. They might be author's colors. They might be sock sets. They might be from some of my previous collections. Anyway, all of those are put together and they're in the shop. And I think I've got like 15 left now. And they are $69. So that means you're getting like at least $5 off a skein. Depending on whether it's a sock set or something, it could be up to $10 a set off. So it's a really, really good deal. And those are all in the shop. So you just get, it's a random selection, but it's all perfect quality, beautiful stuff I would be happy to sell, not in a mystery grab bag. But I'm doing that because I want to clear things out and have room for all the new stuff that I'm making. So definitely pop on over if that interests you and go to yarnbrary.com, or you can go to Etsy if you prefer. And I get, it's better for me when you order directly on yarnbrary.com, but I'm very happy if you prefer on Etsy, you can go right over there. It pulls from all the same stock and everything, but I just make a little more money if you order on my website. And yeah, was I going to say anything else about that? No, I wasn't. But I am going to tell you a little bit of a detail about a really fun knit along that is coming up starting in October. So I alluded to this last time, but here's some more details. And if you are a follower of Kelly at the Lay Family Yarns, her YouTube channel, you will have already seen her first announcement about this. So Kelly and I are doing a knit along together. This came up as Kelly had posted on her podcast and talked about just the nostalgia factor of looking back at kind of, and we talked about this last time, old podcasts, old projects and things like that, and how that inspired her to also look at some of the yarns that she has been holding on to for a long time, especially those precious single skeins that you love. They have memories attached. You just keep saving them, either because you're not quite sure what to make or because you're just thinking, what could possibly be good enough for them? And so you just hoard them and hoard them. Hoard's maybe not the right word. Let's say collect them. You collect them and you save them. And so she and I ended up starting to talk about that and went back and forth. And we've decided that we are going to host a knit along together. So this knit along will start on October 1st, and it is called Friends That Craft Together. So whether you want to knit or crochet or weave, you could spin, maybe it's fiber that you've been holding on to and it's just too good to use, right? The idea is that you use those precious skeins and use them and give them life and let them become something new and something that you're going to treasure in a more finished form, right? Take it to its next level. So this will start on October 1st. We will have a Ravelry group and an Instagram hashtag. And it's very relaxed. It's something that you don't have to finish in order to enter. You can use things that are in progress. What else was I going to say about it? We will have prizes that we'll be drawing. Yeah, that's all I can think of right this moment. It will run October and November, and more details will be coming up. Oh, yes, there was something else I was going to tell you. So I've designed a graphic here for us that we are using like on social media and so on for this knit along. And you'll be able to use it as well. You can grab it on either when we set up the Ravelry group or on like my Instagram and Kelly's Instagram pages, and use it to post when you post your finished or your works in progress. And we're both going to be designing special colorways to go with this yarn. So Kelly and Nick will design something inspired by this graphic, and so will Richard and I. And that will be really fun to see like how we can take the same colors and interpret them into yarn. So yeah, we're really excited about this. Kelly and I are thrilled about it. So Kelly is in the middle of her show season, her busy show season. She just finished with Southern Wool last weekend, and she's got another show, I think, coming up here quick. So we'll be dyeing those colorways once she gets past her next show. And then we'll be able to show those to you, but we hope that you will join in with us. Go look through your yarn, look through your fiber if you're a spinner, and search for those precious things that you've been holding on to. Oh, one other note is that if you have a precious skein that you want to use, you can for sure combine it with other skeins, other colors, and as long as like one of your colors is a kind of a saved precious one, it totally counts for the for the make along. So we're really excited about it. It's going to be a lot of fun. So more details coming soon on that. All right, I think that's everything. The rain left already. It was so short-lived, but it was lovely to have it here while I was podcasting with you, spending time visiting with you. I hope you are having so much fun with whatever it is that you are working on. I'd love to hear what projects you've got going, what things are inspiring you right now. And yeah, we'll talk to you very soon, hopefully in a week. Have a great day. See you. Bye-bye.